Die Sprachübertragung beginnt jetzt. Alle Teilnehmer befinden sich im Zuhörermodus.
Wonderful. Good evening, guys. Welcome to our webinar by Admiral Markets, Master the Markets, on our Wednesday evening. Good evening. Video check passed, Vincenzo. Thank you very much for the check. So I guess you can see me, you can hear me. Yes, welcome. That's me, Markus Gabel. I want to guide you through that webinar, Master the Markets. It's an interesting topic of our webinar because you have to master the markets. You have to be a master for yourself, personal development and so on. And of course, master the markets. Thanks for Admiral Markets that we can make this webinar on Wednesday evening every week. So I can share my thoughts with you and share my knowledge and my experience with you, because this is the most important thing in trading, that you be experienced in trading, that you stick to the rules. But let's start with our first slides. The risk disclaimer: trading with financial instruments of Admiral Markets carries a high level of risk, which is not suitable for all investors due to their complex nature. Before entering into client agreement or making a transaction, please make sure to read the terms and conditions of our service. And yes, since August 2018, we have to realize the European Union differs between retail clients and professional clients. In this webinar, we only use demo trading accounts. That's the restrictions in our trading, that we have to use only demo accounts, and where our clients could still use a high leverage in a risk-free environment. Before opening a live trading account, please consider the difference between retail and professional clients. That's the difference. Leverage restrictions for retail clients: maximum 1 to 30 for Forex majors and 1 to 20 for other currency pairs and CFDs on indices and gold. So your options between retail and professional clients: use it, read it, realize it. So why you have to choose Admiral Markets as your own broker? Of course, we have the best index offerings in DAX 30, a typical spread of 0.8 points during the main trading hours. No minimum stop distances or requotes. That's very, very important for your trading, of course. More information you can have about admiralmarkets.com. So one world global offers, you can choose Admiral Markets around the world. Let's start with our first slide about trading. Success, guys, is not a fantasy. It's a formula. It's repeatable, it sticks to the rules, and it's a high probability of almost 72% of trading of probability. So what we do in trading, we focus on technical terms. Okay, news. We know news are important, but we have to realize that we get news in trading, but most of the times they are not predictable. Not in a short time, not in a short run, on a short term in trading. So maybe we have rate hikes or something else that way. How should you know in which direction the market will break out? How should you know how the market makers or how the market attendees or the members will react about the numbers? So in my opinion, news are really important. But in my opinion, get out of the market as long as the data is passing by. And after that, the first reaction is done, you can have a new view at the market, and then you can see how the market reacted and how you can make your trades. Maybe if you make trades in swing trading, hourly or daily chart, it's a completely different situation, because then you can realize how the market will react on that data. But if you make trades in 1 minute, for example, or 5 minutes, in my opinion, it's only just my opinion and my experience, about 20 years of trading, it makes no sense to be involved in trading or engaged in trade if you expect then get some news in the next few minutes. It's not a good idea because you cannot know how the market will react in trading. So, in my opinion, about after 20 years, one way to success. You know, there exists a lot of ways for success, but one of the easiest success in trading is you have rules. Rules. That must not be my rules. You can have your own rules. But in this webinar, we focus on my rules. I use that since years. And I educate that rules to my Dow family as well. So I teach them to stick to rules every day. Guys, one question, the chat is open. If you have some questions to me, don't be shy. Feel free to ask whatever you want. It's one of the best secrets in trading. There doesn't exist a secret. Everything is open. The real success in trading is you have rules and you have discipline. The real challenge, guys, is taking place in your mind. So don't forget, I'm a German guy and my English is German style as well, but I hope you will understand me. And if sometimes I'm looking for some word I need to translate, but I guess you will understand me in that webinar. Okay, so burn it in your mind, that picture. Success is not a fantasy, it's a formula. We recognize a trend, we wait for the correction, and then we want to make trades outcoming of the correction. It's the highest probability of almost 65%, and if you make sure that the higher time frame is running in the same direction, or if you have a support in a higher time frame, the probabilities rise to 72%. And I guess this is enough to make winners in trading. So then back, that's the rules. Come on, put your phone, make a screenshot. This is the rules I use since years, and that's the rules I teach to my clients every day, and I force them to stick to rules always. It's forbidden to break the rules because you need optimism in trading. You need optimism in your minds. Only if you make always the same procedure, then you can expect that you can have optimism in your trading, in your mind, and then you can be a master of the market. So first of all, rule number 5 to 7 shows us where we are in the market. Outside of a fair price, where's the market profile, where we are in the big picture. That's rule number 5 to 7. Rule number 5 to 4 means how you can get into a trade. First rule, that the most important rule ever, valid trend is needed. No trend, no trade. That's all experienced traders are waiting always for a trend. Second rule, maturity of the trend maximum 4 trend arms. So if you see a movement and a correction, that means 1 trend arm. Second move, second correction, second move, second trend arm. Maturity maximum 4 trend arms. Why 4? After the 4th trend arms, the probabilities sink to 50-50, and that's not enough. Rule number 3, guys, the correction, you know, I showed you the slide. Again, outcoming of the correction. So rule number 3, the correction has to run at least 38% per close by close, and then we can think about a trade into the direction of the trend, not against the trend, never. Rule number 4, waiting for the rebound. If you are in the correction, if you can see the correction as ran at least 38%, then wait for the balance candle. Why balance candle? It's Heikin Ashi. I use Heikin Ashi in my trade. Why? It's easy. I don't have thousands of patterns. I have 2 candles. Trend continuation candle, it's like an indicator, and the balance candle, it shows me the balance between supply and demand, more or less, no more, no less. So that's really easy. Look, guys, after 20 years of trading, I figured out that trading is a big challenge. Why? We can only work with probabilities. As a human, you are educated in that way. You are looking for safeties, for securities, and you know your parents educated you in that way. Stick to the rules, make this, you know the result. If you make always the same, you know the result. It's always the same result. It's always the same. That's the way we are educated in our mind, in our brain. That was what our parents wrote on our main board, in our brain, in our minds. We know that if you stick to the rules, you know the result. It's always the same. 5 times you stick to the rules in your life, in your job, in your marriage, wherever you are, you know the result. It's always the same. Sometimes, maybe, if the surrounding changes, but most of the times it's always the same. And with that education, you come into trading and you expect the same. Okay, you should have to use rules, of course. So, but then you come into trading with the same experience, with the same education, with the same attitude, and you say, okay, I have rules, I know the result. No, you don't. That's the problem. You can make the same thing 5 times. Believe me, and you have to offend, guys. You will get 5 times a different result. And it's absolutely overwhelming for our mind. We are not used to do that. We are not used to educate in that way. It doesn't work. And that's the overwhelming, and that's the challenge in trading. And that's the reason why I'm looking for an easy system, because the bigger challenge is taking place in our mind. You have to change, you have to work with yourself. That's the most important thing. And the topic of this webinar, Master the Market, means we have to close the gap between theory and practice. We switch to the market, but I have to tell you the theory and the psychology behind trading as well. Rules, guys, is one thing. That's on the one hand. But on the other hand, it's a challenge is taking place in your mind. On the other hand, it's psychology, it's mental fitness, it's personal development. There is no trading success without personal development. It doesn't work without personal development. Take a pen, take a paper, write it down. No trading success, or you can think in a positive way. There is trading success with rules and personal development, because you have to accept the inevitable things in trading. There doesn't exist the 100% of success. There doesn't exist the 100% of approach. Never and never and never. And that's the problem in trading. So many guys came to trading and expect 100% in 1 day, in 2 days, 1 month. Maybe sometimes it works, but then it's an accident. You cannot repeat it again and again and again. Otherwise, we wouldn't sit here in that webinar. Otherwise, there doesn't exist exchange or trading. Okay, if you have questions to that, let me know. I share all my experience with you. There's no secret, because I know the secret is you have to cope that challenge, not me. I'm the guide, I'm the coach. I can open the door here. I can open the door, I can say, go there. It works there, but you have to go that way, not me. I can take your hand, we can go together. I can encourage you, I can do that, we can do it together. But you have to go by yourself, step by step. But I can promise you one thing. If you trust me, and if you trust the rules, and if you trust the trend, and if you trust the price, you can be successful in trading. You can become a successful trader. That's my promise to you if you follow the rules, if you make personal development. So let's see the market. We have just one trade still working, Australian dollar against Swiss franc. You know, that's a trade in daily chart. It's a very old trade. We started it at 13th of February. It's older than 2 months now. And after such a long time, the market tried to break the trend here, but it doesn't work or didn't work. And after such a long time, we reached our first target. And now, in the last 2 days, we saw 2 balanced candles, and now today we had a sharp decrease to the lower side. We are a little bit in minus now, but swap costs are on our side. We still have one. We had one winner again, and now I trust the trend. After such an increase, it's normal that the price will correcting, but we have one positive case here. First of all, we are in the green zone. What you see on the right side is the market profile indicator. What does it mean, market profile? The market profile shows you if you have a fair price or an unfair price. The red zone means you have a fair price with the best price at the point of control. What does it mean, point of control? It's at the point of control there was the best exchange between supply and demand, the highest volume, the most traded price there. That means the point of control. And around the point of control takes place 70% of the volume, of the traded volume. In daily chart I use, or the time frame, the history is 660 candles. So if you want to use that market profile indicator, ask me. It's very cheap to have that, but it's one of the most important information you can have in trading. After the trend, the price is the second most important information, because you need the information if I am fair valued in my price or if I am unfair value price. So look at the chart. The price always go from unfair back to fair. Always. Look at this one. Deepest price 0.665755, and now back to the point of control. Very close. We reached almost the point of low. Point of low means it's the lower edge or border of the fair value zone from red to green. On the upper side, it means the point of high, or in other words, value area high or value area low. It's another word, but it means the same. So, and the best possibilities to make trades is always if you have a trend, outcoming of the correction, and in a green zone back to the point of control. Listen guys, look guys, we don't trade Aussie Swiss franc. We don't trade that. We don't trade DAX. We don't trade gold. We don't trade Dow Jones. I know you sit at home now and ask in your mind by yourself, what the fuck does the guy telling me right here? It's easy. You trade the price of one contract. You trade the price of 1 ounce of gold. You trade the price of the currency pair Aussie Swiss franc. You trade the price. Don't forget that. And the price, for example, you go to the store and want to buy strawberries. If you have season, the strawberries are very cheap. If you have no season, the strawberries are very expensive. But to the year, without and with seasons, you have a medium price. You have a normal price. And you buy at a cheap price and at a normal price. But in seldom case, you buy at the expensive price. But you know, if you have a really expensive price because it's no season for strawberries, you know, okay, 3 months ago or 3 months later, the price will come back. You know that. And you know, if you open your paper or newspaper, or you go into the store and see an advertisement, oh, special offer today, special offer, very cheap strawberries, you know, it takes place for one day, maybe for 2 days or 1 week or 2 weeks, as long as the season takes. But you know, it's not always forever. You know, the price will rise in the next 3 weeks again. You know that. That's normal life. And that's in trading the same procedure. You trade a price, and the price is either less or cheap, it's expensive, or it's a normal price. That is the market profile indicator. So in futures, in shares, in stocks, and in commodities, and in energy, wherever you can have a look into the book map or the order book, you have the volume. You can see how many contracts were handled there. In Forex market, there doesn't exist a normal order book. You have liquidity pools, but the information with the market profile indicator is always the same. You have a fair price or unfair price, and the price will always go back from unfair to fair values. I think it's an easy topic. Trust the trend and trust the price. No more, no less. I can tell you that after 20 years experience, and I swear to God, if you learn that job in a calm surrounding, with a coach, with a community, with our webinars here at Mer Markets, you are able to become a successful trader. Take your time. You cannot learn trading faster than a normal job. I guess most of you have a job, and you cannot tell me that you learned your job due one webinar or 1 year or 1 month. I guess you don't. Don't expect the same in trading. It costs time. It takes time to learn that. Be patient, learn it, and I promise you, you have a real chance to become successful in trading. So look at this one. What should we do now? Nothing. I learned in my life, never intervene into a trade. Look, would I intervene into the trade in the past? I would never reach my target, my first target. Why should I intervene now? I trust the trend. Look at this one. I trust the trend. I had movement, I had a correction. I have the movement and I have the correction. And now we are in the next move. Until now, we don't have a trend continuation because we don't have a close below the last point 2. Now we are back in the correction. But as long as we don't leave the green zone to the lower side here, there's placed my stop. You can see the red line. I guess, and I trust the trend. As long as we don't leave the green zone to the lower side, a trend continuation is more likely than a trend break. Trust the trend. Look, here is the point of control. Here's the fairest price. And I trust the price and the trend. And now here comes a big secret. If it not works, and the price will go down, and I will stop out here, I'm not gonna to die. I swear to God, it's just only a trade. No more, no less. I reached my first target, I'm safe. And if the price will, or if the market decide another way, and I'm gonna stop out on the lower side, I have to accept it. I cannot know what happened in the market. Trust the trend and the price. I know it's a real interesting topic. Maybe some new things for you. I see some wonderful new names here, and I'm so grateful and I'm so happy that I have so many guys here in our webinar, because I'm a German guy, and I say greetings, Adam, Aldo, and so on. Wherever you are, a lot of greetings here from Germany to you. So let's switch a little bit to the market, and we can see, let's figure out what we can make trades through the next days. So let's start with Dow Jones. So first of all, in daily chart, where we are. So first of all, if you are interested in some trades, let me know. Type it in the chat box. It's open. You can ask me whatever you want. So ask me. I will share all my experience with you. There are no secrets in trading. You have in webinar, in GoToWebinar, you have a chat box. You can type here the news, then I can see it here in the chat box. So Dow Jones, you are here very far in a trend, of course. You see the trend, movement, correction, and now we are in the move, and we don't make trades when we are in the move. You remember the slide that I showed you? Outcoming of the correction. Outcoming of the correction. So, first of all, you have a trend and you are in the move. That's the information. And second one, look where you are about the price. About your price, you are in the upper green zone, far away from the point of control, the fairest price in daily chart and here in Dow Jones. History 660 candles. That means a long time. It's enough. So you see, away from the fairest price. That means one contract of Dow Jones is too expensive right now. And I wouldn't make trades in an expensive, because I know in most of the times the price will go back to the point of control. It will, trust me. And if not, then if not. We don't gonna die if not. But in most of the case, it will happen. Maybe the price will test this range here. The last high, 26,952 points. Maybe the market will test this high again. Maybe we will see a new high, all-time high. But on a long run, we will see that the price will go back to the point of control. So let's see in the hourly chart. In the hourly chart, of course, you can see we are in the upper green zone as well. How should it be in others way, in a different way? Because in a daily chart, we are too expensive. We must be in hourly chart expensive as well. So the point of control, the fairest price, is placed in hourly chart about 1,440 candles, 25,674 points. And now you can see we still in an uptrend. Here we are in the correction, but without a trend break. The trend break will happen here, maybe here. As long as we don't see a close below that 26,604, we must assume that the trend continuation is more likely than a trend break, even we are in the green zone. That doesn't matter, because a trend continuation is always more likely than a trend break. But at that moment, guys, you will see a short trend. Maybe this one, movement, correction, movement and correction. Then we can try a short trend back to the point of control. Trust the trend and wait. So, hi Alessio, can we see the Euro US dollar big picture? Of course we can. Let's see Euro US dollar. Where is it? Let's see. It's a completely uninterested chart, Alessio, because I know the chart already. Let's see. Daily chart. Here we are. So first of all, make sure you need a work style. You need a work style that can make sure where you are. First of all, you see, we have not a clear trend. Maybe we have a short trend. Of course, you see, we have a short trend. So let's see, let me draw it for you. So let's see, movement, correction, movement, correction, movement, almost trend break, no close, no trend break. And now we are still in the move again, and we try to continue here the trend. So let's see. That's the first information. You have a short trend and you're gonna continue the trend. So that's the first information. But most important, next information, where you are about the price. You see, you are within the red zone, really within the red zone, and very close to the point of control. So the unfair price is outside of the red zone. And so you can see the next indicator, the seasonals, shows you a little bit higher prices until or due the next, I guess the next, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So it's, in my opinion, let's see, it's not a chance to make trades. Okay, a trend continuation is more likely than a trend break, but you see, we tried it again and again and again and again. And such often times we tried to continue the trend and it didn't work. Why? We are within the red zone. The point of control is above us. So I wouldn't make a trade there in big picture. And we don't have any changes about the rate hikes here, about the ECB. Everything is still remaining at 0 points and so on. So in my opinion, it's not a chance to make trades. So I analyze my market about my rules, not about the opinion of the market or my opinion. I don't have an opinion about the market. I have my rules and I'm successful in my rules. I can prove you, if you have question about that, let me see the proof that you see what my family makes in trading. So I call it Dow family. So look at this one. That's the current result here we have. Look at this one, trading statistic. You see, in average, since in March, since we have a winner of 7% due to all my clients. The best is since January to March, 84% in the winner. So you see, it's great. In March, the highest winner has 40%, but in average, and the most important thing, that's my result. But that's the result of the family, of the community, almost at a little bit more than 7% since January to March. That's enough. Last year, we had an average. Let's see, average. Look at this one. The whole year of 2018, we have an average of more than 10% by every client. Look, the highest was from January to December last year, was almost 100%. One of my best clients makes that. Stick to the rules. Based on the rules I showed you at the beginning of the webinar. I guess you can do the same if you follow the rules. That's the proof that it is absolutely possible to become a successful trader. It is possible. Come on, guys. Make your dreams come true. Make it. You can do it. Follow the rules. Follow our webinars. Follow me if you want, if you love me, not love me, if you like me, of course, Jesus Christ. If you love the rules and if you want to become successful, it's an easy way. The real challenge, as I said, it's taking place in your mind. So, Alessio, everything fine with the euro, US dollar? So let's see gold. So you see in gold, I tried to make a trade here. Why? Let me tell you. It was an example, because I want to show you that it's not the best idea to make a trade without the support of the daily chart. So look at the daily chart. Daily chart, we are in a short trend. We try to continue the trend, but we are within the red zone. We are in a fair price. So I told you on Monday, my clients, let me show you what happens in hourly chart. On my live accounts, I didn't make that trades because I know I don't have the support by the daily chart. And look what happens in the hourly chart. We tried it. We have a trend. We never break the rules. But in that way, we didn't have support by the daily chart. So look at this one. We have a trend, movement, correction, movement, then we had the correction, and of course we never break the rules. We had our balance candle, and then we went into the trade. And you see what happens? We stopped out here. We stopped out here. We didn't have the support by the daily chart. Now you can try it again, but it's the same again. You don't have the support by the daily chart. Look at this one. Maybe you have a balanced candle, but we are within the red zone. It's really, really dangerous. A normal trend has the probability of a trend continuation of almost 65%, but with the support by the daily chart, by the higher time frame, it rises to 72%. It's almost 70% more for my probability. So it makes sense to wait for the support about the daily chart or the higher time frame. So now we have a trend again, and we can try it again. We will see what will happen. Now you have your rules. Look at this one. You have the trend, we are on the move, and now we have to wait for the next correction. And do you remember? Correction has to run at least 38%. So wait for that, and we can try it again. But be careful, be really careful. You don't have the support by the daily chart. What are the statistics showing trade success? That's the real trade success. We are interested only on trade success, not on everything other numbers like risk, chance, reward, or something else. Rules, and then the result. The result is that what you have in your account. That's more important than something other numbers. Just only my opinion, of course. But I made it since 20 years right now. And it's one of the best things to stick to the rules, stick on your personal development, and then you can expect that you can be successful in trading. Don't focus on the wrong things, guys. I tell you that it's really important. There are so many information in internet. You have so many guys in internet. They promise you a lot of things, thousands of % of success. Follow me, I made so much money. I guess I know that. I believe that in the past as well. But after 20 years experience, I tell you, most of that things are bullshit. Absolutely bullshit. Would it be possible to make thousands of % every week and thousands of % every year? Do you really believe he wouldn't sit here for a webinar? I don't. I'm sure it isn't possible. Believe me, one smart guy around the world wouldn't found that approach, and we wouldn't sit here for a webinar. Believe me, it is not possible to make thousands of % every week, every month, every year, every day, every year. It isn't possible. It doesn't work. But it is possible to become successful if you have a system, if you have rules, if you never break the rules, and if you make personal development. Then you have a real chance. It's your decision, not mine. I prove it with the result of my family, with my community. And it's awesome. The guys are so awesome, absolutely fantastic. Because I know how much work it means to become a successful trader. So gold, put it on your watch list. Maybe we will have a next chance. So let's see another example. Swiss franc, Japanese yen. Let's see the daily chart, where we are. First of all, we are not in a valid trend. You see, it's down, it's sideways phase, it's stabilization maybe here in that surrounding here, that price here. Maybe we'll see, you see a lot of stabilizations here. And maybe we'll see next stabilization here about Swiss franc, Japanese yen. Put it on your watch list for the next days. And of course, we are on a lower green zone. It's a cheap price. about one lot of the Swiss franc Japanese yen. And the point of control is placed here at 114.028 Japanese yen. So now you have the support by the daily chart, because you have this support at that price area here. And if you will see a stabilization next 1 or 2 days, then you can switch to the hourly chart. And here you see we still have a trend. You have the movement, the correction, the movement, and now we are in the correction. And now, guys, we need, 38%. How do you measure it? Of course, from the last 0.3, from the last low, you measured the move, and then from there, you measure the Fibonacci retracements at least 38% by close, not by spike, always by close. And then you can see, then to wait for the next balance candle, and then you can make your trade. This is a great chance for the next days, maybe today, the rest of the day. Put it in your watch list. It can be a great opportunity to make a great trade, because you see, where's the point of control placed? Oh my God, it's far away, 111.15. And now we have a price of 109. That means we can make 200 pips. And with a standard lot, that means you make $2,000 or 2,000 euros, whatever. With a mini lot, you make $200 without one click. And discipline, of course, discipline is unpayable, of course. Otherwise, the rocket is little full, of course, of course. So put it on your watch list, please. So all the other things are Aussie Canadian dollar. It offers us the next chance. So, but the seasonal shows us falling prices. Oh, it's a little bit stupid. So we have to wait. Maybe we will see a next stabilization here around that price, 0.94. And then we can make a long trade for, of course, in daily chart and maybe in hourly chart. Really in hourly chart? Let's see where we are in hourly chart. Look at this one. No, you can't. So you see where you are in a short trend and you are within the red zone. You don't make trades in the red zone. Never and never. Look at this one. Look, what happens with the price if you are in the red zone? Nothing. Little bit up, little bit down. Uncontrolled. Up and down. Uncontrolled. Not with a system. But look at this one. If you have a price in an unfair valued zone, higher price, you have a stable trend down to the point of control. So maybe in daily chart, we will see next time stabilization, and then we can think about a long trend to the upper side. Put in your watch list next 1 or 2 weeks, I guess. We will talk about more about that. So New Zealand Canadian dollar, first of all, look at the daily chart. Where we are in the daily chart. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. We are within the red zone. So in that case, you don't have the support. Maybe we will see a support here, but we are in a fair price zone. The point of control is placed here. So in that case, you don't have the support by the daily chart. So let's see where we are in the hourly chart. Here you are. In the short trend, you see the red rectangle here. You are on the short trend, but the positive thing, you are in the green lower zone. The point of control is placed far away. We have a lot of space to go. Wait for the next chance, for the next uptrend, stable and clear picture. Don't trade dirty pictures, guys. Always clear pictures. So New Zealand Canadian dollar could be a chance for the next hours or the next days, I guess 1 or 2 days. Maybe. We will see. And finally, New Zealand US dollar. Yeah, you see. Oh, so far away in the green zone. Oh my God. The point of control switched in the last hours to 0.67591. So that means the market says to you, we accepting lower prices, but we have a downtrend and we want to go back to the point of control. Do we have the support by daily chart? Yes, of course. We are in the green lower zone as well. And maybe we have here the next support here. And then we can think about the long trade. In the hourly chart, look in the hourly chart, wait for the stabilization, wait for an uptrend, and then we can go long. Okay, put it in your watch list. So I guess we have enough chances for the next days. And yes, if you want to have more information, come to my homepage, dowhow-trading.com. Or if you want to be a part of my family, come in. You're warm welcome in my family. Then we can become successful together. Thanks to Admiral Markets for being here in that webinar, for opening this webinar. Thanks for my colleague, and thanks for your time, guys. I hope you learned a little bit for your trading. And if you want to have more information, ask me. Contact formula or contact form on my homepage. Ask whatever you want. I will give you an answer as soon as possible. Or ask me down that video we downloaded it on YouTube by Admiral and on my YouTube channel, of course, Dow How Trader. Don't be shy. Feel free to ask. I'm absolutely sure, I'm convinced you want to become successful. You want to make your trades to make your dreams come true. Let me help you. Let's do it together. So thanks for being here. I wish you a nice evening, and maybe we will see tomorrow at 11 a short webinar at Admiral Markets about DAX, Dow, gold, and so on in the short term run. And otherwise, we'll see us next Wednesday, same time, same place. Have a nice evening. Thanks for your lifetime. Be careful about your thoughts, guys, because they are the beginning of your actions and deeds. Bye-bye.